the Christmas special. This is Staying In.
I haven't got my Christmas hat.
Oh, well.
Yeah, I thought it seems strange that I'm the only one who made an effort.
What do you mean? I'm wearing a nice purple jumper.
I'm wearing a purple jumper too. That's festive.
Yeah, exactly. How dare you?
And to be fair, Kris, yours is just Batman with frosting.
I brought a newborn, and if there's nothing more Christmassy than a newborn, I don't know what is.
Is he the son of God, though?
Hang on, Dan, does that mean that we are your three wise men?
Oh, good God.
Well, so when we first meet Toby, we've got to decide amongst ourselves who's the poor sod who's got to go and buy a ton of gold for Toby.
Yeah.
I've got the myrrh, guys. Don't worry.
Frankincense for me.
Can I just do like gold, as in like those gold bars that you get, those chocolate
the McVitie's gold bars.
Yeah, is that all right?
Yeah.
Spandau Ballet.
Yeah. Well, surely it's got to be three. Surely it's got to be three things of equivalent prestige in this society.
Right.
So probably get him a pair of Beats headphones.
Yeah.
A Bitcoin, and I don't know, like a gym membership.
I mean, how would that look like on the Christmas cards? Did you see that picture the other day of like a cat that basically just intervened in like a nativity scene in a town and just sat in the crib?
When he said intervened, it's like
He didn't stop the nativity and say, guys,
stop, guys. Just literally got. What does he do? Just like sit in the crib and just refuse to move.
Yeah.
Well, fair enough.
It's comfy. And you're the centre of attention.
Sounds like much of the Catholic religion.
Political.
All I've been thinking about really is the presents.
Yeah.
What present? Like the presence of us, like Dan being here, Kris being here.
Yeah, I haven't been here since September.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I was hinting at. The presence of Dan.
I mean, I've been here in spirit form before, but now I'm here vocally.
Yeah, we can't shake you as much as we did last time.
No. Yeah. I make different sounds.
Yeah. It's funny how you turn up for the presents episode, isn't it?
Yeah.
Of course.
It was strange how the thought of receiving something for you in compensation for your time suddenly. Oh, I'll be on.
Oh, I have to
Yeah.
maintain a life now. Anything I do, I need payment for. I need some kind of compensation for anything that I do now. So if I'm going to do this podcast, I need presents every single time.
To be fair, I also maintain a life. It is only my own, but that's all right.
And Taco Pete.
And
Where is he now?
I'm actually home alone at the moment, so yeah, no, he's all right.
Taco's got out for the night.
He's put his flat cap like off out.
Dan, have you ever need a babysitter?
Yeah. Don't.
Taco.
Yeah. So it's good to have you back on, Dan. If I'm assuming for a fleeting show,
It's good to be back. Well, hopefully I'll be able to come back more regularly soon enough.
Yeah. Maybe every 23 episodes or something like that.
I've been able to book some time in the diary to. I'll be here this time next year for more presents.
Oh, that's good.
Brilliant.
That's good. That's in.
And for another Christmas miracle.
Yeah. Christmas comes but once a year.
Oh. I think I'm washing my hair that day. Sorry. It's
I'll have your present then.
Which is a lovely bottle of Timotei.
Ooh, ruthless now he's a dad.
Yeah.
We're going to open them.
Would you want to do it now?
I don't know.
Pete, what's your sort of routine for Christmas then? Like when, not now, but when you were a kid, because when I was a kid, we had a strict presents in the pillowcase policy.
Yep.
It was waking up first thing in the morning, I'd always go onto my mum's side of my bed and open my presents. My brother would go to my dad's side of the bed. He'd get the Beano, I'd get the Dandy. things like that happened on Christmas Day. We once did it where we didn't open gifts until my dad had finished the Christmas Day washing up. Worst Christmas ever.
Yeah.
That's something that we did when we were like a little bit older. You know, I take it how eager you are to open up the meager presents you've received, that you were straight out of the door kicking it.
No, I was more. So we would wake up and we would have stockings, and we would
suspenders.
We didn't. Well, we had a radiator, so they were above the radiator. Don't
put in the Terry's chocolate orange.
Oh, disaster! So we
just
would
a melting ball of chocolate.
Yeah.
All the gifts have just like morphed together like the end of
every year. Yeah,
inside
it's like a scene from Akira. Basically we would have our stockings, and they would have like a small amount of different gifts, so they wouldn't be like main presents or anything like that. There'd be nothing in there for that. But it'd be like a tube of Smarties. It would be the Beano annual. Classic. It would be I got like a Satsuma, like stuff like that. And so we'd have those, and then we would have breakfast probably, and then we would go and we would just like hang out and stuff, and then we would have like a big lunch,
otherwise known as Christmas lunch.
I love the idea of like Pete and his parents just, Christmas morning, just hanging out, just chilling,
just hanging out,
just chilling out.
But just like, so we'd get like maybe a small thing that was like, so we'd read the Beano. There we go. That would be the thing that we would do in the morning to keep it
all together,
like a cannon.
And then Nasha said to Nipper, "Nice." So we would do that, and then we would have Christmas lunch. But that would be kind of, it was weird. We usually had lunch around 3 p.m. So we would have lunch, and then that would be like
a wedding breakfast,
I guess. So we'd have we'd have like nice roast beef and roast potatoes, and have all of the traditional stuff. Well, I'll tell you what we had actually that some people for me it is not Christmas until I have had the two following items, right?
Oh no, hang on, let us guess. Cranberry sauce.
No.
So we're talking edible things, aren't we?
I mean, it is food. It's classed as food, yeah.
Chocolate coins.
No, gross.
Oh.
A lint Santa.
No, we were too poor for that.
Made out of cotton.
Yeah, a lint Santa made of cotton, yeah.
Well, he had like a clementine instead of a Terry's chocolate
Christmas
orange.
pudding.
No, a Christmas pudding. Nobody really liked it in my household. We would have it, but I never ate it.
All right.
No, it would not be Christmas dinner unless we had Brussels sprouts. Had to have Brussels sprouts, and until we'd have a massive fight over who got bread sauce.
Well, why was there only enough for one person?
Because it was always we would buy one packet, and then we would share it out like trying to be regular human beings. And then towards the end of like when I was like growing up in my family home, it would be like 3 packets, like just absolutely gone wild with bread sauce. All the bread sauce. And you know what? Like I distinctly remember like mopping up all of my food and stuff like that, and there would be bread sauce left, and I would get a spoon and I would just sit there and pour basically savoury porridge. If you've never had bread sauce,
by class.
I think I must be like one of the only people to not like bread sauce.
I've never tried it.
Ooh. I've never tried it.
Oh, it's delicious. I mean,
but describing it as savoury porridge when porridge is not the sweetest of breakfast treats, is it just porridge with pepper on it?
Like I've had bread and I've had sauce. I just can't get a concept out of those two things.
Just plain sauce. Isn't that water and flour?
Yeah.
Kris just put ketchup on a piece of bread and says, "Is this it?"
It's got like it's got a sort of.
Go on.
It's often served with it's got quite a clovey taste every once in a while.
It's quite creamy. It's very creamy.
Very creamy. definitely it doesn't taste like bread. It tastes. It's got this real. It's really unique. It's a really unique flavour. Yeah, but it's very savoury, and it goes really well with turkey and chicken and stuff like that. It goes well with white meats and so on. It's good. But here's the thing: don't prepare it fresh. You shouldn't ever prepare it fresh. That's one of those things that you have to get out of a tin. It's like mushy peas. If you make your own, disaster. If you make your own treacle sponge and custard and you don't get it out of a tin of Heinz, whatever it is, then you've gone wrong somewhere. But you have to get bread sauce out of a packet.
To be fair, I'm not going along with Pete on this one. Pete's idea of fresh food, no, never fresh, always out of a tin.
I like the fact on Wikipedia, bread sauce is described as the sole survivor of the medieval bread thickened sauces.
Oh, so good.
Like it fought its way to the top.
Yeah.
It fought its way to the table.
Yeah. What a niche reality TV show that was.
Fuck off, roll sauce.
Like, just like Tekken with condiments.
Baguette sauce trying to muscle in.
Baguette sauce. Yeah. So those two things really. Those bread sauce really crystallizes for me what Christmas is. Just, eating this slightly 1970s and earlier sort of middle class food stuff out of a packet. That's the big thing for me, I would say.
So if you had just like Brussels sprouts with bread sauce, you'd have that kind of Proustian moment. It would straight away spirit up Christmas for you.
Everyone's
basically.
like, for real. One time, I was feeling a little bit like I had a bad day at work. This is a fair number of years ago now, and I was living alone. So that tells you something about what this story is going. And basically, I just bought a packet of Brussels sprouts and a packet of bread sauce. It must have been August. And I just made it up and ate it. And I was like, great, now I feel a bit more Christmassy, and that makes me feel better. So, yeah.
You still had your paper hat.
I have a little paper hat on. Pulled a cracker with myself. Kris, just to dig a little further into like what we do for, what we do around the holiday period. What on earth, how much food is there in your household?
Oh, my God.
Can you imagine?
Never enough.
No, but that's sort of...
Do you remember the episode of like Vicar of Dibley where the vicar has to go to like 5 different Christmas dinners?
Yeah.
I imagine like Kris just watches that salivating. Just kind of...
Yeah. After he's eaten.
I'm just sending you a picture of what I ate. Literally.
Oh, no.
It's
hang on, the fact that Kris had to take a picture...
And he's kept it for a year.
No, and I've just taken it now. It was the meal I had this evening.
Oh, right, of what you had this evening.
Oh,
Okay,
right, not
I
at
thought you meant
Christmas.
What you had for Christmas.
Oh, Christmas. Oh, gosh, no, Christmas is huge. Like,
That looks very nice.
I have...
Can I just say, Kris, you've just sent a picture of a large plate of spaghetti. Just out of shot is a second plate.
Yep.
Yeah, that's the backup.
Yeah, I was going to say...
Reserve.
Backup pasta.
On a normal person, you would just assume that's a plate for someone else. With Kris, I'm never quite sure.
I don't know. If food is like a massive thing in our house, like particularly around Christmas time, like every year. I don't know if you like if you go home for Christmas at all, but like my mum every year gets incredibly stressed about cooking Christmas dinner, and it's always as if like every year it's the first time she's doing it. Like it'll never be done on time. It's like the amount of tension. It's like we're in Houston about space shuttle's about to launch. Everything is down to the wire, the timings and everything.
Oh yeah, well I've seen your mum cook. Like, what did she make for us? She's just cooked a curry, and it was like that was a stressful 3 timers on the go at once. Like doing basically a curry exam with your dad. Yeah. Like, right, if the hob's on for 3 minutes, but that takes 7 minutes to cook, and that means I need to put the rice on halfway through the hob's cooking.
Incredible.
And that's only got 4 minutes left. And
well, that's like trying to cook like 2 things in the oven, which cook at different temperatures and different times, and trying to work out how can I cook them both in the same oven to get them finishing at the same time. It's kind of mathematical kind of chaos.
My mum is a genius, though. Like, we had this lovely curry. But the thing is, my dad, like, when my mum asked my dad to chop something, like, he does something with the chopping that I've never seen anyone do. He sits down to chop.
So?
What?
You know, he pulls up a chair.
He's a sit-down chopper.
Chop like a couple of carrots, Sam. You know, he sits down, pulls up a chair, and it becomes an event. Okay, I am chopping.
It's like a pianist sitting down, flips his tails out, and we begin.
Exactly.
And we chop. Does he listen to Chopin?
Oh God.
No, Sam. I'm not gonna justify that with a giggle. Mainly because you were so impressed with that joke.
Yeah, you were too pleased with that. Yeah,
it came very quickly.
But what I will say is this: Christmas Day around my house, I do actually go past. I meet my limits with the amount of food I can eat because there's always just far too much. Like, my mum cooks an incredible amount, and it's just because obviously she's worried that people will go hungry because we eat quite a lot with my family.
Chris,
so
will you text me on Christmas Day when you've reached the limit and provide me, the details of what it is, what it takes to reach your limit? Yeah, a food diary would be really impressive.
Like the Doomsday Book, something that size.
Yeah,
you get like a message on like the 7th of January.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I was just thinking because Twitter's extended its character limit to 240 now, so we might be able to get one of your meals on.
Well, I can tell you that the average Christmas calorie intake is 7,000 calories.
I do.
Not including beer.
So what's that equivalent? What's that the equivalent of, Sam?
Well, 2.5 humans. Like that's that's like 2.5 male.
If you were to eat 2.5 humans, that would be 7,000
so
calories.
Men need something like 3,000 calories, 2,500.
No, well, it depends, but you need about 2,000 calories a day. Amanda's
right.
Women slightly less, like 1,800.
Right. Okay.
But so 7,000 calories is the equivalent of eating 28 double deckers.
Chris is like, yeah.
Chris doesn't even bat an eyelid. Yeah, he's like, oh right, yeah.
Yeah, go on.
I mean Tuesdays.
I had half a tube of Pringles as a starter.
Of course you did.
Right.
I'm impressed that you managed to stop.
Once you pop down,
exactly,
you can kind of stop.
Listen,
I set it up and Chris knocked it out of the park.
He did. Listen,
or 87.5 Freddos.
Can I just say I'm watching Pete here, and Pete cannot take his eyes off a present.
Oh, can you just open it, Pete? Right.
Can I ask? Am I the only one who's got 2 advent calendars, or a advent calendar? Full stop.
I didn't get an advent calendar, and I feel a week in it's too late. Too late.
I bought Alex an advent calendar. Yeah. So we've got one.
Technically, I've got 3.
You got 3?
I have, because the way me and my wife work, we do more homemade type style advent calendars. So it's not just like a standard one where you open up the little doors. So the 3 that I have is I have a it's like a material Christmas tree, which has got 24 little pockets on it. And then on each pocket, my wife has put various things. So it might be chocolates in one day. On some days there's a scratch card and different things like that. It's really, really nice. So I have that. But also I have a second one, which is like a little model of a tree with kind of Christmassy things. And then on each day you have another little piece that you attach to the tree and it builds up. And then the third one I have is just a standard kind of cardboard one with the doors and stuff. That's more for my little boy. So that we get to open for him. But I have 3.
I've just got dairy milk.
Yeah, I haven't got any.
And I got a lovely Hotel Chocolat one as well.
The one the advent calendar I do for her is I got I got 24 little mini Hessian bags, and I painted the numbers 1 to 24 in each of them. And in each one of those, she gets a little chocolate. So it's like this year it's like Lindt, the little Lindor chocolate balls, and she also gets a Nespresso pod. Of a different flavour each day.
So you've got 4 advent calendars on the go.
Well, no, 3 of them. 2 of them are mine. 1 of them is my boy's. 1 of them is hers.
So yes.
I'll tell you what, no wonder we haven't seen Dan since September.
I've been drinking coffee and eating chocolate for the last 7 or 6 months.
Well, the coffee's not mine. The coffee's the gift for my wife.
That's amazing. Dan, that's brilliant.
I love Christmas, me. I go all in.
Well, his last name is Frost, lest we forget.
Right,
Absolutely.
Pete, do you want to open this gift? Because
Well, it's Secret Santa. We had a £10 limit.
Yeah.
But the whole point is you've got to try and work out who bought you that gift, Pete. Who is your Secret Santa? You've got to work that out.
yeah,
I'm not sure. Did you actually say what Pete originally asked for?
not originally.
Because after last year's debacle where he asked for a retro inbox Japanese game he'd never played, this year, and we quite rightly ridiculed him for such a such thing. This year it was just a retro handheld game in box. I always wonder, why does Pete want it to be in box? As if he's going to then sell it on. He wants it to be, he can get maximum value out of it. Because if the game works, it's a Christmas present. You don't need it to be in box. But you're very clear.
Because no, you do, because if it so I made a pact with myself when I started having a little bit of disposable income, because you can get non-inbox with manual like video games really cheaply. I found myself, I was just buying cartridges, just like loose cartridges, and I wasn't playing any of it. So instead, I thought I still want to get retro games, but I don't want to have all of them. So I thought, okay, if I have to get it as a complete item, then that will actually stop me from just going and buying loads of stuff. It will mean I actually have to seek it out. And so that's become what my collection is. So everything is boxed. Everything has a manual. Everything is the original.
That is a absolutely fair thing to do. But these are presents.
Yeah.
These are different to your collection.
And you buy presents that people want.
To be fair, like you did. What was the first thing that you asked for with your £10 limit? It was a boxed retro handheld game.
I thought, do you know what? That's a bit too much.
No, well, we all thought that.
No, you didn't think
No,
that.
you didn't think that until we bullied you out of it.
Okay, yeah, sure.
But I was really disappointed because I found on Amazon for £2.55
Don't break my heart, Sam. Don't break my heart.
He won't.
a Sodial Tetris game handheld LCD electronic game toys brick classic retro games gift.
How did you find that? The SEO is nothing.
Because
Toys brick.
because it met all your criteria. It would have come in. It is a retro game that you don't own. You don't own Tetris. It's handheld. The game comes in its own casing, otherwise known as a box.
Yes.
So it meets all your criteria. £2.55. I was really looking forward to getting you that.
Well, that would have been lovely.
Let's not give away who's present.
Well, no, Dan. Let's reveal the secret that we started a WhatsApp group called Peter Whittington is a Bum, and we all helped and we helped each other, giving each other ideas of what we can get him. I slapped that one in the group, and we all came to the agreement that if Peter kept on the road he was travelling, this is what we would all get him, no matter who got him.
Admittedly, that group's been going for 5 years.
Yeah, okay. So I mean, what turned you against getting me the Tetris game?
Because you changed your mind.
Oh yeah, that'll do it.
I have to say, this year, for the first time, I'm really jealous of the presents that I've bought for people.
Really?
I have to say, sorry for people who I've bought presents for before, I've never been that jealous of what I've bought for you. This year, I'm genuinely quite jealous, and I'm thinking, I might buy that for myself.
You want to know whether or not it's any good? Okay, well, I don't want to.
Why don't you go first? Because you've been itching and not.
Oh, all right.
Basically, talking about it all the time.
All right.
One of them's got a bow on it.
I know, one of them's got a bow on it. Hold on, let's open it up.
Someone's gone all out.
Someone else gone all out.
So, Peter, can you just remind the listener of what you actually changed your mind to?
So, what I changed my mind to was a box retro game, blah, 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 basically a game based on a book.
Okay.
A game with a book related to it as the theme. So, a book and a game related in some capacity.
You're just going to get a manual.
Well, it could be, right? It could just be a game book. So I'm just going to open this one.
Was there any evidence, Peter, to tell you who your Secret Santa was?
Well, they didn't put on it that it was a Secret Santa.
Okay.
They're also the kind of man that spends 99 pence on a brown package and £3.40. Bloody hell. For postage.
Well, to be fair, brown envelopes aren't that expensive.
Maybe it's because I live in Bristol, I think. It's just too expensive. What is this?
In Bristol, the price of brown envelopes have skyrocketed in recent years.
Absolutely gone through the roof. I'll undo the bow. I'm going to keep that.
I'm going to keep the bow? For what?
Yeah, I'll keep...
Stick on Taco's head.
Yeah, a little bit of rebowing.
A scarf for Taco.
Yeah, oh, that is adorable, Dan. Dan, that is adorable. I can't get in.
TikTok.
Rips
TikTok.
into it. Here we go. We're in, everyone. Okay. Well, it's a PS1 era game, so it's bound to be good. The era in which quality was absolutely.
Let's not forget. In the past, I have been bought for me Duke Nukem Land of the Babes on PS1. So
your Secret Santa tried very hard for that one.
No, they didn't.
Oh my god! Where on earth did you find this? From the makers of Command and Conquer, it's Dune, the strategy game. This is mad. Where on earth did Secret Santa find this? Obviously made it because it was made by the elves, I'm sure. Oh my word! Oh, amazing! I've actually got Dune on my Audible wish list, so I might listen to the book while I'm playing this. I'm assuming it's based on the book.
Well, that was the brief.
That was the brief.
Oh my word!
It's not just some random sand dune of the past.
That is absolutely incredible. Thank you so much, Secret Santa. I will hold on a second because it's the early 90s when this came out, so I'm sure it'll have some absolutely fantastic stuff on the back. Whoa, okay. Real-time strategy never looked so sharp. Explore an all-new 3D terrain system complete with detailed 3D units and structures. Play 3 sides across 30 missions as either the noble Atreides, the evil Harkonnen, or the insidious Ordos. Cinematic quality. Full motion video, right? That's right, I'm sold. Full motion video. Excellent. That is going to be insanely good. Well, thank you very much.
That was the clincher.
To Secret Santa. Full motion video.
Wasn't Tim Curry in the original FMV stuff for Command and Conquer?
He was. Maybe he's in this. I mean, why would Tim Curry give up the opportunity to be in Dune? I'm totally going to get the audio. That's made my mind up now. I'm going to buy the audiobook. And
Sci-Fi did a very good miniseries of Dune as well, actually. A very good miniseries.
Would you recommend that? Would you recommend that over the book or the film?
I've not read the book, but the miniseries is fantastic. I've not seen David Lynch's film, actually, but I know they're remaking Dune. I know that.
Wasn't Denis Villeneuve in the chair for remaking it?
Yeah.
Wasn't on that. I was going to say, what isn't David Bowie in the Dune film? Or am I thinking of Labyrinth?
Carl McLachlan was in Dune, the guy who was in Twin Peaks, the lead in Twin Peaks.
Oh, really?
And you're thinking of Sting. Sting was in Dune.
Right. Of course. Yeah. There he is. Sting's in it.
This is going to be great.
The music's by Toto.
Who?
Oh.
You know, one of the greatest songs.
That's not even
ever,
a pop
Pete.
culture thing. That's just a general knowledge thing.
Is it?
One of the greatest songs in history, Pete.
Toto.
By Toto. Yeah.
What's the song?
Well, I'll hum it for you.
Yeah, cool. All right.
If we do longer than 30 seconds, we have to pay royalties.
Let's avoid.
Okay, Dan.
I think we can safely say our humming is not going to hit anywhere near the actual tune.
Right, Dan, you can open yours next because you were itching to get going.
I'm going to go next. I will say, in the last episode, there was a little bit of beef thrown my way about the request that I made.
Not at all, Dan.
So the request I made was either an unusual but good cookery book, or an interesting novel. Now, in the previous episode, I was criticised for the use of the word interesting.
Well, it is subjective, yeah.
And
Yeah, it's very subjective.
And that is the point. And you actually proved my point in the episode by you saying that you just read a book which you found really interesting, but you didn't know if I would. So the reason I said interesting was that I wanted you guys to interpret that in whichever way you saw fit. So let's see.
But
so that's why I didn't want to just say I want a normal novel, because I wouldn't have wanted just a regular crime novel or something like that. I'm going to open this up. It's going to be some crime novels, isn't it?
An interesting.
I wanted something interesting, something a bit different.
Dan, I just want to say about the unusual recipe book. If I was a publisher and I was publishing a recipe book and I had to go through the reviews from various different newspapers as to what quote would be the best thing to put on the front cover, I don't know if, this is unusual would work, as a kind of a selling point. Yeah.
Unusual, but good.
I think with the multitude of recipe books out there, I'm sure there are some which are slightly left field, that are maybe a bit different from the normal.
That one you've got, Pete's great. I love that one. That 5 recipe.
Which one?
The 5 ingredient.
Jamie
Oliver one.
Jamie, 5 ingredients.
Yeah, that's cracking.
It is a cracker.
There you go.
It's bread sauce,
unusual. That's not a standard recipe book. There we go. Sitting right in your house.
Fingers crossed.
Okay, so I have a present which says it's from Santa.
I know what you've got. You've got the unusual recipe book, which is bread sauce recipes.
Oh, man.
With bonus Brussels sprout section.
Yes. Can we fast forward to 2018 and I get that?
Yeah.
That would be
There's
sweet.
bound to be some 1980s cookery book, which is, bread sauce recipes, all the things to go with bread sauce.
Yeah. Cover it in pectin jelly. Yeah, amazing.
Now, I will say there is a member of this group who, over the years, has a history of maybe not taking the whole secret aspect of Secret Santa all that much to heart. Certain people have called people the night before to check their address. Some people have texted someone shortly before sending a present asking if they like a certain type of random present.
That sounds like it's somebody would phone it in. I'm glad. Yeah.
And so when I got my box. When I received an item in the post, it was in a postal box. It said Daniel Frost on the top. On the underside, where you'd expect maybe someone trying to keep it secret to leave the return senders blank. No, there was an address there with a name.
Right.
Now, at first thought, you would assume that maybe the person who has done this has maybe done it again.
Right.
That person being Peter Wellington. However, now just to kind of give our listener a peek behind the curtain, when we do Secret Santa, this is done by my wife, who emails us all individually. Yep. I don't know who anyone gets, and so everyone finds out individually. So she's the only one who knows everyone gets. When I got this present, and I obviously laughed and said, "Pete, what an idiot you are for putting your name on it. You don't understand."
Yeah, besmirching my good name. Yeah, go on.
There was ever so briefly a look of puzzlement on her face, which has led me to believe perhaps, this may not be the case. Pete, you may have done it again and been a complete idiot, but someone may be trying to besmirch your good name by trying to make you look bad. So I'm just putting that out there, okay?
This is very Machiavellian.
Well, I'm just saying it's important that you know this. Okay, so
I look forward to reading about this on the Pete is a Bum WhatsApp group.
Yeah,
my criteria: unusual cookery book or interesting novel. And
Unusual or good.
I have 2 books in here. I have 2 books, both of which look like novels. You don't usually see cookery books in this kind of.
Maybe that's what makes it unusual. The novelisation of Jamie's 5 recipe dishes. The novelisation of Delia Smith's Christmas.
Yeah. Just 200 pages of eggs.
The first book I'm taking out, the tagline says, "The finest crime novel of the year."
Oh my God.
which is Magpie Murders by Anthony Horowitz.
I know we did it.
Okay, Anthony Horowitz, yeah.
Oh, I want to read that.
So he's quite a famous, very well-regarded...
Children's author.
No, he's not a children's author.
He is a children's author.
Yes, he did like the young James Bond stories, I think.
Yeah, but he's done a lot of crime and stuff like that.
Yeah, he's written like adult stuff, but he's kind of known primarily as kind of children's or teen. Does it sound like a kid's book, Dan?
Well, the Magpie Murders sounds very interesting. The second book I have... Ooh,
How to Cook Magpies.
is
Without making it murder.
is Dark Matter by Blake Crouch, which is not a book I've heard of.
The Dark Matter.
Would you like me to give you a bit of the synopsis on the back so you can get a feel of what this is?
Yeah.
What a name, Blake Crouch.
So I'll read what the back says. Are you happy in your life?
What, is this still the back?
Have you started yet, Dan? Sorry.
What was that?
I didn't know you'd started, sorry. I thought you were just asking us a question.
Now that's me starting.
Sorry.
Are you happy in your life? Those are the last words Jason Desson hears before the masked abductor knocks him unconscious, before he awakes to find himself strapped to a gurney, surrounded by strangers in hazmat suits, before the man he's never met smiles down at him and says, "Welcome back." In this world he's woken up to, Jason's life is not the one he knows. His wife is not his wife. His son was never born, and Jason is not an ordinary college physics professor. Is this world or the other is it this world or the other that's the dream? The answer lies in a journey more wondrous and horrifying than anything Jason could have imagined.
Now that...
Well, that sounds splendid.
Sounds interesting.
No, Dan. We know the adjective it sounds like. It begins with an I.
This sounds very interesting.
It sounds interesting.
Yeah.
Thank you very much, Santa. I'm very happy with these. I'm not familiar with either author's work, so I will look forward to reading them.
Cool.
Very good.
Right,
Thank you very
Kris,
much.
it was your birthday recently, so I'm going to take the initiative. So
Here we go, Sam. Here we go.
I asked for 2 genres of book that I've never read before, which is a self-help book and / history book. And by that I mean like a book that details a specific part of, like Jeremy Paxman's Great British War or like the Siege of Stalingrad. What I'm most worried about is that's not a normal sound that a book should make.
No.
So unless this is like the physical history of like Dresden in a box. Oh no, it's not. It's just a box of malted chocolate balls.
Is that it?
And you're saying that's not a history book?
That is not a history book. But I tell you what,
It's a history of tasty treats, is what it is.
I'm actually quite peckish, so bear with me.
Are these the malted chocolate balls that are advertised as seeing the lighter side of life?
Would you describe them as being quite teasing?
They are quite teasing, so much so that I'm cracking into them now. I would read you a bit of the blurb, but there is none. Oh, they have like a little hole at the front, so you just have one at a time. Or they also have like a Kris entry way, which is just like a fistful. One of them. I apologise.
That famous Sergio Leone film, A Fistful of Maltesers.
Right, okay. Let's open up the parcel. Barack Obama's quoted on the blurb of one of these.
Oh.
I have technically read one of these books before.
Oh.
Is it Lucky Man, son?
It's The History of Apartheid, featuring Nelson Mandela. No, one of them is the little book of Haigi, which is it the Danish word for that cuddly feeling, as the man on the advert describes it. Hug, something like that. So it's a little book of Haigi, the Danish way to live well, where one of the recommendations. Let's pick one, is cargo bike around. What better way to experience your city or neighbourhood than by cycling around it? There you go. There's a way to improve your life. So that's my self-help in a book.
Nice.
Help me feel all cuddly. And then the other one is a brief, and by brief, it's I don't want to skip right to the end.
A brief history of time.
You don't want to spoil it.
And by brief, it's only 405 pages. You know.
Yeah.
But it's Yuval Noah Harari's A Brief History of Humankind, Sapiens.
Oh.
And I'll pick you an excerpt. If someone just wants to pick a number.
94. 94.
94. And then...
I like the fact that once Pete has stopped opening his presents, he loses all interest in this podcast whatsoever.
I just picked the number 94. That's what I want.
You look so incredibly bored now that you don't have any more presents to open.
I've had a long day. So,
What's Taco up to?
He's alive.
Cool.
Here we go. The currency of evolution is neither hunger nor pain, but rather copies of DNA helixes. There we go.
Wow.
And bitcoins.
So yeah, thank you very much. The Santa Claus.
Oh.
Was that your attempt at doing a Danish version of Santa Claus?
Yes. Santa Hoigi.
Santa Heige.
Okay, so I'm just going to open my present now. Now, it was as you know, Sam.
Yes.
Dan.
Yes.
It was a £10 brief, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was. Yeah.
How many books did you get for £10?
I got 2 and a box of Maltesers.
2. Wow. Well, I am picking up where Dan left off in terms of Santa leaving his little breadcrumbs behind that kind of reflect their identity. I get a feeling I've been bought for by this Santa before, and I've always been thrilled with the gifts I've got from them. But I've always also equally been thrilled by the industrious way in which they recycle pre-existing packaging that they've received.
Green Santa.
Yeah.
Did you know Santa was originally green? Did you know that?
Yes, he was, yes, because he was the pagan. He used to carry like a horn of plenty with him.
Yeah.
Because he was the pagan kind of image of Santa. Now, listener, I asked for a classic novel written by a female author, and that was for me to try and stick a middle finger up to the patriarchal society that we live in.
Mm-hmm.
Now, when you think of classic novels, Dan, what do you think of? When you think of a classic novel, what do you think of?
Well, especially if you're talking about kind of the female authors, you go to what is referred to as the classics. Your likes of your Emily Bronte, Jane Austen, those kind of areas is what you would maybe consider a classic. Patricia Highsmith,
Sylvia Plath.
Yep.
who's talented Tales of Mr. Ripley.
Yeah.
That's it, Virginia Woolf.
Yeah.
I've got an absolutely beautiful, genuinely, this is a beautiful book, beautiful looking book. I have got Daphne du Maurier's Rebecca. I know. I watched the Alfred Hitchcock film version of it years ago with Laurence Olivier in the role, and it was a fantastic film.
As Rebecca.
So I'm very much looking forward to this. Yeah. It's an oldie but a goodie. Last night, I dreamt I went to Mandalay again. Working as a paid companion to a bitter elderly lady, the timid heroine of Rebecca learns her place. Life is bleak until, on a trip to the south of France, she falls in love with Maxime de Winter,
Played by Sean Connery.
whose proposal takes her by surprise. Whisked from Monte Carlo to Mandalay, Maxime's isolated Cornish estate, the friendless young bride begins to realise that she barely knows her husband at all, and in every corner of every room is the phantom of his beautiful first wife, Rebecca. Rebecca is a haunted story of a woman consumed by love and the struggle to find her identity. Wow. Look at that. Brilliant. What a classic. What a beautiful looking book. According to Sarah Waters, one of the most influential novels of the 20th century, a stunning book. Sarah Waters, awesome. Thank you very much, Sam. That's lovely.
Well, we all know it's Pete. So,
What?
Have
Why
you
would
read
it
that?
be me?
Have you read that book, Pete?
So it would as that is the case, it would appear someone has indeed tried to besmirch your good name, Mr. Wellington.
Someone has. Well, I'm not saying that I am the Secret Santa, because that would be ruining all of the good fun. But Rebecca is very good, isn't it? As a book, it's actually very, very good.
Very pretty.
Yeah, it's Daphne du Maurier sort of having that sad, slightly whimsical, like pathetic yet very strong, like sometimes pathetic, sometimes strong lead female, and like quite like almost coming up on horror. The feeling of horror at some points, like the feeling of like a thriller horror. Like there's always the sense of with Maurier's work where you feel like things could kick off, like things could go very dark very quickly, like some of Agatha Christie's work actually, where you feel like maybe there's something haunted. But I'm not suggesting that I am for a second Chris's Secret Santa. Because no.
So does everyone know who got their present?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
About a shadow.
We all know.
Yeah.
Chris, your present arrived quite late, and you did send us a picture of the package. Now, obviously, we've done this Secret Santa for a number of years. We kind of get an idea. We might recognise handwriting or something. The writing on your package, Chris, was not the handwriting of Mr. Willington here. What I would ask is, it was quite an artistic font, you might say. Did you get Alex to write the address for you?
I did.
Yes, you did. Was it out of laziness or trying to stop Chris from guessing it was you?
Trying to stop Chris from guessing it was me.
Pardon?
Trying to stop Chris from guessing it was me.
But you then fell down the rabbit hole of using previous
using a package you already
packaging,
used.
which is your signature move.
I just think that Santa would want to be green. Santa's not like, fuck the planet. Santa's like, I live up here. It's melting.
Santa does all his travelling by airline in one night. If that's not fuck the planet, I don't know what is.
Yeah, sure, but like, I don't think the carbon footprint of magical reindeer is particularly high.
I don't know, Dan. I don't know, Pete. They release quite a lot of methane.
Methane's a bigger issue than airplane travel.
So you're saying that agricultural farming methods is basically what's keeping...
Pete, there's a reason why airplanes are not powered by farts.
Yep.
I think I hate all Christmas songs. Like all of them.
All?
Like I think I hate all of them. I used to think, I like Bing Crosby. And I used to think, I like the Rat Pack. But now I think I hate all Christmas songs. And I think
Why?
I think it's because they don't just get played on Christmas Day. Like, I think it's...
They get played when you're living alone and you've bought Brussels sprouts and bread sauce.
No, I just find them very intense. Like, there are very few like chilled out Christmas songs. Like, for example, I think the worst Christmas song, and I think this is a universal truth, I think the worst Christmas song is that one by the man who looks like a scarecrow, and he shouts, "It's Christmas!" at the end of it, and they've...
Is that Slade?
Nobby Holder.
Yeah, one of those two. And like...
I actually, I heard something today. Do you know how much, apparently, no, I've not confirmed this with sources.
Right.
So,
Such as bread and baguette.
let's have a guess. How much does Nobby Holder earn in royalties?
I know that Mariah Carey earns about $600,000 from Christmas, just for All I Want for Christmas Is You. So,
No wonder she's so happy about it.
How much does Nobby Holder earn?
So what? Once it's been divided by all the members of Slade?
No, I'm just, to make it easier, let's just go for one lump sum.
I don't know, like 300,000.
It's got to be like 40 quid or something, because like old record business deals used to be shit.
Okay, so we've gone for... Sam's going with 300,000. Pete's going with 40 quid. Chris?
150,000, Dan.
Apparently, he earns, every year, £500,000
For that?
from that song.
For that song?
Yeah.
Yeah, because at the end of the day, which probably leads into your feelings, Pete, it's played around the clock. Now, for me, I like the song.
I do
It's
too,
Christmas. I love Christmas songs. I think you are bar humbug Scrooge for disliking all Christmas songs.
I love Christmas. It's the songs that I get, but that is the worst offender. The bit where he shouts, "It's Christmas," and
That's great.
It's
Pete,
not great.
Pete, if you want a chilled out Christmas song, listen to carols.
No,
That's kind of what they're there for.
But I'm not up for carols either. I don't want that sort of like. I don't want to be
Pete
reminded
wants a
of.
bespoke Christmas song made just for him.
Yeah, it's Pete's Christmas.
What would make your Christmas song?
Right,
What would be
Silent
the
Night.
ingredients?
You can't be more chilled out than Silent Night.
No, I think if we're going to make a bespoke song, I think it's got to be about bread sauce. It's got to be about sprouts, and it's got to be about I don't know. Fighting, yeah, and fast cars. Yeah, I don't know. I just don't like. I don't like it, and I don't like that one where that drunk Irish guy sings at some
Fairy Tale in New York.
Yeah, I don't like that song either. And he's like, rah, 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 and it's like, but like, I can't.
I don't like that song either, because it reminds me that, you know, when people say that, oh, Die Hard isn't a Christmas film, like that song mentions Christmas once and then suddenly it's like, oh, it's a Christmas classic, and really it's about a woman like getting drunk with her boyfriend and like basically just like fighting and calling each other names. It's just like,
yeah,
well.
But it has become a Christmas classic because it's played at Christmas. You don't hear it any other time of the year.
Yeah, but that's only because it mentions Christmas once. But it's like when people say, well, then Die Hard's a Christmas movie then, by that rationale. They're done. Settle the argument.
Is Die Hard meant to be a Christmas movie?
Well, it is, yeah. It's set at Christmas. They mention Christmas all the time. I've got a gun now. Ho, ho, ho. He dresses up one of the terrorists after he's killed him in Santa Claus outfit.
Right.
And there's Christmas
Spoilers.
songs playing all throughout the thing.
Yeah.
Isn't Iron Man 3 a Christmas film?
Technically, all of Shane Black's films are set at Christmas, aren't they? Doesn't he have a thing about that?
Yeah. He does stuff setting stuff at Christmas. I'm looking forward to his new Predators film. For me, in my house, the Christmas film is I watch every year, and I've watched it every year since about '94 when I think it first came out. It's The Muppets Christmas Carol.
Classic.
I am right with you, right there.
Just for the line at the end of the film, which is when Scrooge has redeemed himself, and you know the future that he saw, where everything was bleak, has not come true, and just to hammer it home to the kids that are watching it. Gonzo turns to the camera and says, "And Tiny Tim, who did not die."
Best bit. Best bit.
Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. Great film.
That is. There are certain Pete. Actually, how do you feel about Christmas films?
I love them.
Because I have probably the same relationship with Christmas films and Christmas songs. I will only listen to Christmas music at Christmas. There are certain films I will always watch at Christmas.
Pete watches them with the sound off.
Yeah, I love Christmas movies, and I like Christmas songs in Christmas movies because I'm like sat there like I'm going to do a thing around Christmas. This is going to be great, but like I don't want thematic music for like we're gonna have a great time, and it's like, well, I'm just like cooking my dinner. It's the 12th of December.
Hang on, so I'm trying to get my head around this. So when you're watching something Christmassy, you don't mind Christmas music?
No, I love it. Why would you have a Christmas movie without Christmas music?
Why not just not? I'm trying to get my head around in what situations would Christmas music be playing where you're not doing something Christmassy. Is it just a case of like when you're in the supermarket and there's Christmas music playing?
Yeah, exactly. Or like I don't know, like it'll come on the radio or something like that, and you're like, but I'm hanging out. I'm doing nothing. I'm just sat here like doing everyday things in the run up to December, and then Noddy.
Surely you can just listen to a different station. If you listen to a station that's playing Christmas music, just listen to one that's not.
Yeah, I do. I turn it off. I go, no. And then Alex wants to play Christmas music. And I'm like, oh. She loves it. She loves Christmas music.
Does she love it because you don't like it?
Possibly, yeah.
Because to be fair, I could absolutely agree with that point of view.
Yeah. I mean, I would do that. So, like, yeah.
Yeah. Pete, if I was your girlfriend...
Yeah, and... I'm very sad that you're not, but yeah.
I would be doing that.
Yeah.
But yes, Chris, I fully agree. Muppet Christmas Carol is the greatest Christmas film.
So good.
Ever.
Wrong.
What is it, Sam?
No, it is. No, it is. It is.
It really isn't.
What is the greatest Christmas movie?
Home Alone.
I smell a Twitter poll.
That is a strong contender. Home Alone.
Yeah, Home Alone, great film. Muppet Christmas Carol better.
Ghostbusters.
And a damning indictment of parenting.
Yes.
Ghostbusters is very good. I wouldn't call it a Christmas film.
No,
It's Christmas,
that is
isn't
definitely not a Christmas film.
There's a Christmas bit in it.
Is there any Christmas in it?
Yeah, there's a Christmas bit in it.
Is there?
Yeah, in one of them.
One of the two.
Hang on. At the end,
three, technically.
it's not snowing at the end. That's marshmallow.
Yeah, he's a man made out of marshmallow, not a man made out of snow.
Oh, right.
It's not a giant snowman at the end.
I swear there was a Christmas party bit because they're like they have like, I swear there's a bit where they've got a little Christmas tree and then there's like a Santa ghost or something like that.
Are you thinking of Scrooged?
Maybe I'm thinking of that.
Just Bill
Because
Murray.
it's got Bill Murray in it. Gosh. Or are you thinking? You get Ghostbusters, Scrooge, and Lost in Translation mixed up?
Yeah.
When the Ghostbusters were in Japan,
What do you?
and there was a Christmas ghost.
What do you think he said to her at the end? Merry Christmas.
But people like in the UK, wasn't it like a craze? Like every Christmas, there's certain films that always play, aren't even though they're not Christmas films, like The Great Escape. That's that kind of running thing that it's always shown around.
Yeah,
Christmas
always a good
time.
Bond movie at Christmas.
Like Santa Music is always on, and it tends to be kind of classic family-friendly films. That's what tends to be the big.
Here's a man.
Big kind of
Here's a
films that come out at
man in a
Christmas.
prison camp smashing Nazis. Oh, what a lovely family-friendly fun.
Have you seen the Santa Music?
No. Escape from whatever the fuck it's called.
The
Great
Great
Escape.
Great
Yeah.
Escape.
Escape from whatever the fuck it's
Escape
called.
from whatever it's called.
That was the alternative title which they dropped. It's just too long for the poster.
So that was the Christmas special with myself, Sam Turner, Peter Willington, Kris Darby, he was there, and also joining us after a long break away was Daniel Frost. Now, seeing as the holiday season is very much upon us at the moment, you might find yourself having a few more hours to spare than usual. And how are you going to fill that time? Well, very quickly, seeing as this is a very special show, each of us from the podcast has come up with a small recommendation of something you can do over the Christmas period. So Peter has suggested, if you're looking for a game to play, then Bertram Fiddle on Steam is a Victorian comedy adventure game. He's told me that he is in it, but he assures me that shouldn't put you off playing it. Daniel Frost, as he mentioned on the show, says you should be watching The Muppets Christmas Carol, but make that a double bill with the second best Christmas film, Santa Claus the Movie. I can get behind that. Kris says that if you've got a bit of spare time on your hands this Christmas, then the Blackadder Christmas Carol, watching The Good Place and reading the Book of Dust is a good way to spend your time. And myself, I'm sticking with board games. If you've got any of these, or you've got a little bit of money in your back pocket, some of them are not very expensive at all, then Dixit, Codenames, Mysterium are three great family games that have gone down recently with myself and my family, and also the superb monikers. If you can get hold of that, or Cockroach Poker is a very, very cheap and very funny bluffing game that I'd recommend for any family this Christmas time. So do enjoy yourself. Remember that if you are listening on Apple Podcasts, Mixcloud, Acast, Spreaker, Stitcher, Google Play, or wherever, then do subscribe and leave us a review. You can visit stayingin.podbean.com for more information and links to all the things we've covered in this episode. And really, if you do have a bit of spare time over this Christmas period, then go back to listen to any of the podcasts you've missed over the last 12 months or so. Or you can just find us on Twitter, see what we're doing for Christmas at stayinginpod. Ta-ta for now.